Good morning. We're up to the episode of Breakfast Analysis. Today we are going to be taking a look back at the Rainbow Six North American Major and talking about one player in particular that I thought really stepped up big and had a fantastic tournament. It's not a player that a lot of people were talking about after the tournament because the team only got third place. But in my opinion, honestly, this was probably the tournament MVP. This is the player that I feel had the biggest impact for his team. And I'm talking about Bosco. I think Bosco is maybe the most slept on player in the world. Not that people sleep on him excessively, but I think he's just like far and away better than anybody gives him credit for. Today we're going to be going over a bunch of rounds. It's almost just going to be a highlight reel. We're going to be playing them. We're going to be talking over them. And I'm basically proving my case why I think Bosco, despite, not finishing very well, deserves to be, thought of as one of, if not the best player at the entire Rainbow Six North American Major. So let's take a look at some of these clips. All right, so here we are looking at, let's turn this down. We'll keep it there. Here we're looking at Dark Zero versus Space Station. This is the first map of the Major, and it's the last round. This is going to be a 7-5 map for Space Station, and we're watching Bosco. It's a lobby defense, so Bosco's going to be up here on Wamai, and his whole job is to burn time, and he's going to burn so much time. He's going to keep thinking Nate alive. This is the first big Bosco play that you can really pin more or less the entire round on him. Obviously, it's a team effort, but still, watch this one. Stokes is a beautiful cast during this match, but I don't want to try to talk over him. It's making me lose focus on what I'm saying. So let's have a look here and just watch a Space Station spend so much of the round just trying to take control of Projector. There's Dark Zero, sorry, try to take control of Projector. Already 45 seconds in there in admin. No problem there. They're going to be on this projector window soon enough. And watch Bosco's magnet control. He hasn't even thrown them all out. As soon as one gets caught, he's going to toss another one here. And now the attackers are going to have to keep on dealing with this constant strain of magnets. And Space Station are really going to have an easy time defending this, all thanks to Bosco. Dark Zero certainly do struggle with this quite a bit, dealing with this Wamai, and there's other approaches they could have taken here. Obviously, they could have gotten on Bosco's window. They could have gotten in through CEO. They could have applied pressure from a couple of different areas. They could have just ignored the top floor. Not that most teams want to do that, but it's clear that this was a really big problem for them, and they should have enough utility to burn this, right? They've got 9 flashes, 2 frags, Zofia charges, Capitao bolts. This is not an easy time for Bosco, and some of these things are landing. You saw just there, one of those Capitao fire arrows did go down, but it didn't actually hit anybody. He's getting caught on drone now, but it's totally okay. Bosco's keeping himself safe. He's got ADSs here as well, and he's not over peaking this. He's not getting aggressive. You might just say Jesse's thrown behind a shield and throwing magnets, and I get that. But it's the game sense. It's being passive. It's working with Canadian as well, who's also up on this top floor. It was working with the smoke of Thinking Nade, who was on this top floor, and now he's not, obviously. And it's just a really, he knows when to peak that. And he knows not to get too aggressive. He sees the smoke, and now he's going to back off. There's 40 seconds on that clock. He's starting to retreat when there's almost 30. He's going to get an exit kill as well onto Hyper, nonetheless. Ridiculously good kill, an impactful kill at that. Canadian is going to go down, so the roam is ultimately a 1-for-1. Bosco finally drops into Piano, and he's going to join back with the team, but that's 20 seconds on the clock. There was 21 and 22 on the clock when he drops. That's a ridiculous amount of time waste. They will go on to win this round. Space Station Gaming take this one easily. And all just because of very good time waste. I think that's some of the best Wamai play we've ever seen inside of North America. So that's just one of the first highlight rounds coming from Bosco. Let's watch the rest of this. Yeah, no chance. Space Station take map 1 in the Major. So round 1 of Cafe against Space Station, the same matchup. Bosco's going to get droned out, and he and Canadian are playing in Train. And most teams are going to assume that once you drone out the players in Train, they're not chilling around anymore, they're going to back off. But not Bosco. Bosco makes the really interesting decision, not one that most pros make, and again, one that takes a huge amount of game sense, to jump into the Train canister. And he's still making some noises now, but he's going to jump into this Train car, and you'll watch it as Dark Zero start to push on in. they either don't realize it or they assume that like Hyper's gonna win this 1v1, which is not a safe bet. Bosco gets the kill with the shotgun and the whole team collapses in on Dark Zero. It's a brawl, don't get me wrong. Bosco gets a second one with the shotgun, but him staying inside of the train car, him risking his life like that, but still getting a double kill is what causes this round to go so poorly for Dark Zero. It causes all of this chaos, of course throws DZ off guard, and again, it's just huge game sense. At the same time, Bosco is getting this diffuser while his team is covering him, trusting his teammates, and it's these things that maybe it's not a big flank, maybe it's not the flashiest play, but it's this game sense and teamwork and coordination and just reading the enemy team, reading the situation, that really does seem to boost Bosco above the rest in this round. So they don't have to last long before we find another round where Bosco has a huge impact. Here we are in the very next one here on Cafe. And note Bosco's spot. He's inside a kitchen service. The attack's coming from Bakery from Dark Zero. And all he's got is 2 Toxic Babes, 1 deployable shield in front of him, and the SMG-11. And we'll see what he can do with this. He's going to get pressured really, really hard. His teammates aren't going to be too helpful in supporting him here. Canadian's in a good position, but he's distracted or something, or they sneak by him, and Bosco's going to have to deal with this more or less on his own. He's going to pop 1 Toxic Babe now. We won't catch these kills, but keep in mind who he's killing. He kills Hyper, first of all, with the headshot SMG-11, and then Mint's going to rush him with the shield. He pops the smoke. Here comes Mint. There's smokes around him, too. Gets blinded and still gets the kill. Highly impactful plays, and now it's a 1-on-2. Canadian does get 1, so Canadian has still a huge impact in this round. But Bosco alone getting those 2 kills, so important in round number 2. And now he's right next to the diffuser and he's going to jump on it. Again, he's in this tactic, coordinating with his teammate. Eclipse is in a terrible situation and then gets off of the disable to flick to it and get the headshot. Again, crazy game sense to come in from Bosco. It's round after round. Let's keep it rolling. Here's another one. This one is going to be a 3K for Bosco. It's on Villa versus Oxygen, the second game that they played in the major. This is a classic 3K, but the first kill is really impressive. Watch Bosco's silhouette on the left. He's about to peek and kill Slash. But one thing in particular is really impressive about this. 2 slugs left in the shotgun. That's not the clip, that's the entire gun. 2 slugs in the shotgun. He peeks once for the down, twice, and it's every single bullet he uses in this round. That's maximum efficiency. And again, that's game sense. That's using your teammates' intel. Fault's already being dead, and the fact that they have yokais around likely helped them with that one. You can see they do have a yokai above right here. It's hard to tell exactly what angles that yokai has, so I don't know if he could see the player. But either way, this is another textbook example of Bosco knowing what to do in the right situation. It's a really good play. Again, he's going to just rock that SMG-11 for the rest of the round and pick up 2 more quick kills. The first one will come pretty quickly here. Unfortunately, neither of them get caught on stream. But the first one comes pretty quickly. The last one comes right at the end. And it's, Oxygen for the first, part of this round are really having a better time than Space Station. They're getting more kills. They're finding all of the advantages. They are staying on top, but it's only because of Bosco that Space Station keep it even in this first 2.5 minutes of the round. And without that, it's probably an Oxygen round, and therefore probably an Oxygen map. This is a huge map in the series because it's one where they come back and we're all the way to overtime. I believe they win the whole map, if I'm remembering correctly. I think they do. Yeah, looks like they did. So, really impactful round to come in from Bosco. There's the third one on a bio. And then there's Toxic Babes all on the site as well, which are no doubt slowing these attackers. And every single time, it seems like it's this just impact plays. And I want to be highlighting Bosco. I want to be pointing him out because all these players are not necessarily big highlight reel moments, but there's just so much game sense that goes into all of them. And I think it's really phenomenal just how he's able to get some of these kills and the peaks he makes and how often they work for him. It's incredible. Here we go again. Once again, not very far. A couple of rounds past that last highlight. This time they're defending on kitchen. Bosco's playing on mute, and it's obviously a top floor take from Oxygen that they're going to move downwards. The opening pick for Bosco is going to be first on a Foxy, downs him with that SMG-11, I believe it was, then toss the C4 to throw him out. Again, a highly impactful kill and one that you don't expect a Sledge to lose. That's a really tough battle to take when a Sledge has that vertical angle on you. So a first really impactful kill, but they still have bio for the grenades, right? They should still have Laxing for some opening of these floorboards. It's not ideal, but Oxygen have backups and all the utilities that you need a sledge for, right? Well, keep on watching. I mean, we aren't going to see the kill, but we're going to see it just off screen, and it's going to be really hard to catch. So I'm going to pause the video once we get there to point it out. The round slows down for a moment as Oxygen get their bearings to open up the rest of these floorboards. Space Station realized this. The whole team's playing pretty safe right now. They're playing it well. And here we go. Watch now inside of Laundry. Biologic with the diffuser, pretty much alone. Slash is not really close to his planter. I mean, Bio's plan is to survive. It's very important he doesn't die here. And to get this plant down. That's his job. Now we're watching Thinking Nade, but over here to the right, Bosco is peeking the Laundry wall with the SMG-11, and behind it, of course, lies Biologic with that diffuser. Bosco's going to get the down. There we see it drop and Biologic go into the downed position. He's not going to finish off this kill. He'll peek back at him now, confirm that he got the down, which he did because they're getting pings on him, so he knows for sure. And able to work off his teammates' incel to be able to get this one. Another crucial kill, because without this, Oxygen immediately to scramble. They can't win based on planting this diffuser. They've got to get every single one of these kills. The time is now against them. So what does Bosco do? He's just going to lie on the floor, and he knows where his mute jammers are. He knows where he's safe. He's not probably going to get called out here because there's 12 seconds. They're not going to drone this, and even if they do, he's probably got jammers around here. And is it going to net him a kill? Yeah, of course it is. There's the second one onto Slash, and I believe that is his last of the round, so really impactful. Again, every single one of these picks, yeah, he finishes off Biologic in the end, and that's that. Time after time after time, he's getting these impactful plays that aren't highlight reel. We're not catching them on stream, or they're not like a huge crazy flick because he's playing mute, he's playing smoke, but the game sense is there. Back on the same map, and this is probably the best map that Bosco has up against TSM. He's about to down Bolo up in the bathroom. He's down below in kitchen. It's the exact same mute hold on the kitchen bomb site on Villa that we just saw. He'll get this down, watch his ammo count. He's at 87 now, and then as Bolo's health drops, he goes down to 79, 75 even, as Bolo hits deck. Now, Merc's going to be able to pick him up. Bosco knows he doesn't want to stick around because he knows that, the Ash is up there, and he'll probably get some bullets thrown back at him. But just keep that in mind, the impact that he's having early in this round, and then what he does later in the round becomes even all that more impressive. This one maybe is less game sense related. It's, again, he gets a lot of kills here. It's really great control of the SMG-11. It's not an easy gun to get multiple kills with in a row because it's got pretty bad recoil. But still, it really shows like his mastery of the weapon and how, how impactful it can be and how flashy he can be sometimes. We're going to see 3 players run in when it's low time for TSM. Again, they lose the sledge early. It wasn't because of because of Bosco this time. And he's not able to deny the hatch because it is going to be a thermite. It's no longer a Maverick due to how the bans worked out. But they're all going to run on in 25 seconds, and Bosco's just got that SMG-11 up. He's ready to gun. Falls to the first line of defense, dies from Bolo up above, but here comes Bosco, and again, we're not really going to catch any of them on stream, which is quite unfortunate. I'll yell at Cyno to pay more attention to Bosco, but there's the double, and then one more player to run on in, and it's the triple. And with Bolo being downed earlier, that's almost 4 kills, right? Rampy didn't get the headshot, so that low HP was highly impactful. So, I mean, really, really good play again. Control of that SMG-11. We don't see the kills, but that is not an easy gun to chain those kills together with. So, really nice to see coming out, just displaying some of that gun skill. Here we go, another fun round for Bosco. This one we're pretty far in. Canadians popped off and got them a couple of kills, but trades have come back. Bosco's going to get the first kill in this 3v3 off screen. It's hard to really catch that one, how it happens, but Shala being caught off guard somehow by Bosco with the shotty. And now we're going to get down really low numbers. 2-on-2. Bosco's at extremely low HP. Keep note of this here. I mean, this is not going to be an easy one. Merc's on a triple. He's on a heater, and he's low on time, but he's still an Ash, full HP with the diffuser against a mute that he's got pinged. That is on a sliver of health. There's almost no way that a mute should win this in this situation. It's vastly unlikely that he should win this gunfight, that he should win the round. Merc's going to take the time to reload, which is probably a misplay on his part. He's going to consider just setting the diffuser down. Again, probably a misplay on his part. It allows Bosco some time, and he recognizes that, and he takes advantage of it. Bosco's just going to run out of China. Merc is panicking. 1 second on the clock. Merc could still get this kill, but he peeks. And a beautiful read again of the situation from Bosco. Maybe would have played it, maybe would have been a little safer if he stayed back and played behind the corner. Again, it's tough to know that timing, but still really well read, winning that round just barely in the last second. And it's another clutch play. It's another play from Mutes again on this same bomb site. It happens time and time again. This is clearly an area where he's really comfortable. And as we near the end of Space Station Gaming's run at the Major, so too do we near the end of Bosco's highlight reel. This is the second last round between Space Station and TSM. It's the elimination match. Of course, backs against the wall for Space Station. And I think this is the first attacker highlight that we've shown of Bosco, which does speak to the type of player he is. And I think no doubt, most of these clips coming from defense is not a coincidence. But we'll end on an attacking clip to show that he does have some versatility. This is a really, really impressive round from Bosco. The first thing we want to look at is interaction. He's just chilling inside of boot room against Geo, and he's trying to use his firebolts to take down Geo and corner him. Geo doesn't really have a good escape route outside into blue bar because I think it's closed. No, it's just being watched. There is a player inside of office. So watch where he lands these firebolts. This is really impressive positioning from Bosco. Here comes the first one, and again, note that magnets are banned. Space Station have banned out Wamai. So there's the first one. It's landed just to Geo's left, and the last one will catch it just as it goes out, exploding all around Geo's feet. And it's really hard to catch that. We'll play it again, but basically positioned perfectly. We saw it spark up, so Geo has absolutely nowhere to run. He's going to try to make it out to the bar, but he just doesn't have the ability to. And Bosco's also firing him in the same situation, or at the same time, so really well played by him to force that Mira out of position. Again, perfectly placed crossbow bolts. But that's not all. It would be a nice entry, if nothing else. But this round will continue for Bosco. They rush into the site at a minute 05. Really aggressive take. He's going to get his gun up and takedown achieved. That's going to be his second kill. And then really great positioning firing into the kitchen. Hits a nice headshot on Achala that we just catch the end of. And now it's a 2v1. Thinking Nate can cover one angle. Bosco's going to cover the other. And it's a 4K in the round for Bosco to keep Space Station's dreams alive. Of course, the dreams aren't alive for too much longer. Let's watch the last clip and yeah. Fair enough. He's in the right position. He's doing what he has to. Just really well executed from Bosco. Again, unfortunately, that is the end of the run for Space Station. The next round, Bolo gets an ace, and the season is done for SSG. But those were some of my favorite plays from the entire major. And again, a lot of them, almost all of them, barring maybe the SMG-11 triple kill, and like maybe the shotgun into an SMG-11 kill, both on Villa, were all because of like game sense and positioning and coordination with teammates, and just having his gun up at the right time, And I think these are again things that don't get highlighted well enough. That's why I said at the start, I think he's one of the most underrated players inside of Siege. I think that honestly, with all of these rounds put together, obviously I just showed his highlight moments. I didn't show the low points, and for any player there's going to be that, especially when you lose most of the games that you're playing in a tournament, and they went 1-2 for their best of threes. So Space Station as a whole did lose out. They didn't place where they wanted to, but I think Bosco deserves a talking to for that MVP spot. I think that Bosco is a fantastic player. I really look forward to seeing him play in the next stage. Do let me know if you like this video. NAL is returning soon, so do check out twitch.tv/rainbow6 for that. I've got hopefully more content coming in the coming weeks. That means Twitch streams at twitch.tv/JessieJChick and more YouTube videos here on this channel. I know we had the last two videos back-to-back pretty quickly, so there might be a bit of a break as we get back into the swing of things in the next couple of weeks for YouTube videos here, but I thought this would be a fun one, a fun way to end out the break, as I probably won't make any more videos before the NAL starts again, but we'll see. A fun way to end with the break, and really look back on some of the glorious moments. And I wasn't sure who I was going to make this video on before I went back through my notes, and I watched a couple key rounds, but I realized in prep for this video that Bosco was the player I wanted to highlight, the player that stood out to me the most. So that's the video. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.